I think they're cuddling. It's less about the feel and more about the chat in the ear at the same time. Shut the fuck up, guys. Alright, shut up. Girls are always like, no, that's not me.
Liar.
Oh my god, I'm so shy. I've never done this
Exactly.
before.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Get on your knees.
I prefer the older clients.
I love
But
older
like,
guys.
how old is
yeah.
old?
I love dads.
Yeah, no,
Oh my god,
yeah.
dads are the best.
Me too.
What do you use to cover your face?
AI facial blurring thing.
I thought you were about to say like AI, they put a different face on you. That's
Imagine.
hilarious.
Like a smiley face.
The threesome or group sex can be like really fun.
It's not for the pleasure, it's a group activity.
It's like a little party, honestly.
Yeah, it is. It is like a little party. I just love staring into vaginas. They get so like, wow.
Yeah.
They love it.
Yeah.
God, that's magnificent.
Like mesmerized. I actually would love to hear your favorite experience doing like doubles.
Oh, yeah. That would be
have
so
one.
cool. I
Yeah.
can't wait to hear.
A huge booking. It was massive.
This guy had a huge dick. It was such a big booking. Oh.
This episode of the Kat and Mark Show is brought to you by our sponsors, Raven Management. Raven specializes in accounting and financial services for the adult industry. But if you're listening to this and you're not in the adult industry, then they also do accounting and financial services for other sectors as well. Raven is a chartered accountant, and as a former chartered accountant myself, I cannot stress to you enough how important it is to have a chartered accountant managing your finances. If your accountant is not a chartered accountant, then you should be reconsidering your financial service provider.
You're so good at that.
Am I?
Yeah.
Oh my God. So
You
this
should do
is
like ad reads. That should be your next profession.
oh my God. I thought
Yeah.
I fucked that
That
up.
was pretty good, no?
It was really good.
Was it
it was
good?
very
Yeah.
professional.
It was on point. He's like, are you sold now? Are you like, oh my God, I should join Raven? Or he's already with Raven?
Oh,
Don't
say that.
Shit. What's the right answer?
Let's try again. Are you guys with Raven Management?
Yes,
They're
yes,
amazing.
There's
They're
no
the
gun
best
to my
thing
head.
ever. Actually, our last guest didn't have an accountant. Do you guys have an accountant?
Yeah, I've got a great one.
Just a really shit one. It's
Oh
not
no,
Raven
Ella's
Management.
like,
Do you have an accountant?
I go between accountants.
Oh, you shop around a little
I'm not
bit, okay.
loyal. Every
Yeah.
year it's been a different one. I don't know.
Do you find it hard to like commit? Is that
that's
kind of the issue?
probably why.
Yeah, you have accounting issues.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, so
You're good with
listen,
finances though.
I'm good with
what you
finances,
studied.
but
Oh, are
I'm
you?
not very responsible. So
how does that mix?
I don't. I can't explain it.
What are you not responsible with?
Doing things on time.
Oh,
Because
okay.
I had to. There was a couple of years that I had to catch up on, but
Okay,
we're all
so
caught
you
up
like
now.
save your money, but you're just late on the filing. shit, is
Yeah,
that- okay.
yeah.
Well, with Raven Management, that won't be a problem.
you'll be up your ass like all the time. No, he actually,
I've done my taxes now. They're all done.
Oh, he's
I've got
been
my money
begging
back,
me
everything.
to. He's like, oh, you need to get your stuff ready for your bus,
Too
and
easy.
I'm like, oh yeah, look, I'm just so busy.
Yeah.
Like, get up when I get there.
No.
Anyway, how are you two? Thanks for coming on.
No, thank you
Thank
for
you for
having
having
us.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good.
So how about we start with, how do you two know each other?
Oh my god.
We met a few years ago.
Yeah, when I was probably like 6 months into the industry, I was seeing everyone doing like doubles and duos, and I was like jealous. And I had
You
a couple.
jealous?
I was jealous because I
Okay.
love girls. And so I just put out a random tweet saying like, oh, I don't have a duo partner. Is like anyone around to be mine?
Yeah, fair.
And then Maya responded and we met up like
Yeah, we've done so many doubles now. It's
Yeah.
been a few
Oh,
years.
yeah.
Doubles are so
Yeah.
fun.
with our
Yeah,
They're
really
like my
I
fun-
really
favorite
love
bookings.
Yeah, and we've got really good chemistry and it's just
It's just easy.
it's really easy.
Oh, that's and are you Melbourne?
Yeah, Melbourne based.
Okay,
yeah.
so is this a doubles tour that you're on right now?
No,
No.
I used to be Melbourne based and I live in Sydney now.
Oh, fun. Yeah,
Yeah,
Sydney's the
welcome.
best.
It's the best
Sorry,
city,
Melbourne's
yeah. What are you
not.
doing?
Yeah.
I love Melbourne.
Sorry. Oh, really? It's so cold and the weather. It's like, oh, it's
I think
so
there's a bit
grim.
of vibe in Melbourne though.
There's a good
Yeah.
vibe.
No, it's don't say that.
Sydney's still better, but there's a good vibe. There's a good vibe.
Yeah, no.
That's cool. Yeah, I think like if I was going to be working, okay,
If you were
Listen,
going to be,
if I
so
was gonna be
every
working-
episode, pretty much this season, Mark's like, I think I could be an escort for cuddles.
I could be.
Fuck you. He asked, I guess, he's like, do you think that I could be an escort but just do
what's
cuddles?
stopping you from doing it?
Listen.
I'm loving this.
I mean,
I'm
yeah,
loving
why
this
don't you
so
give it a
much.
try?
One
Are you
episode.
kidding? Are you now like,
Do you know what? I'm going to prove all you motherfuckers wrong, okay?
I think that you'd
Scarlet
be
Blue
like,
ad professional cuddler?
you could definitely
why not?
market to men.
to men.
all genders, to
I'll
be
take
fair.
it. I'll take it. Because
Yeah.
at first, when she said that, you gave a look that was incredibly disrespectful. Okay, you looked at me and said, "No chance, this man."
looked at each other
will
like,
get
what the
paid to
fuck
cuddle,
is going
right?
on?
So fuck. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, listen, maybe that's my thing. Maybe
Give
I'll
it a
cuddle
go.
men.
Why not?
Yeah.
But
I
for,
think-
but for gay dudes,
But
you want to kind of like
anyway,
gay dudes?
I'm sorry. As I was saying, when I get into this, okay, I think I would have a cuddle buddy. All right, I think working in a team is so much more fun. It would be like way more enjoyable, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I should put a tweet out, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
you should.
why not?
So
like,
I remember
cuddle
when
buddy.
I made Mark start a Twitter,
Oh.
and I think you did like one tweet, which was like the podcast, and then that was it.
That was
Oh,
Silly
not
boy.
sad.
you need to be active.
I just don't have time. That's the problem.
It is a big time suck, I have to say.
Oh no, I'm so obsessed with Twitter.
I love Twitter too.
I love Twitter.
it.
Everyone's like, oh, TikTok. And I'm like, oh, not Twitter.
No, I love Twitter.
And everyone's like, you should
prefer
start a
Twitter.
TikTok. And I'm like, I don't have time. All my time is devoted to my Twitter. It takes up all my time.
I had a few viral TikToks back in the day, but
Oh, did you?
I didn't know you were
Yeah.
on TikTok.
yeah, I didn't like it.
Was this like, were you showing your face?
No,
or not?
no, I
Okay, yeah.
was-
So for everybody listening, Elle doesn't show her face. Obviously, if you're watching the YouTube right now, you probably worked
Just
that
a
out.
blur.
She probably
That's
worked that out.
not what a face usually looks
No,
like.
it's-
Yeah,
It's
not a blur.
usually there is a face there usually.
is-
So anyway,
Yeah.
for everyone listening, so Elle is what we call like a face-in provider, which is you don't show your
my
face,
face.
which I'm sure you all kind of know what that is. So yeah, so how do you? So I was actually face-in once upon a time. Is Maya?
Yeah,
am I saying your
Maya.
name?
Yeah,
Maya. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Were you ever face-in?
I was for a little bit, but then I was working at an agency and they just put my photos straight out with my face out. So I was kind of like,
Oh my
fuck it.
God.
Like, I'm just going to be face out now. Let's just be that way.
Oh,
Yeah.
I would have been. So I started at an
Yeah.
agency. So I think I was at an agency for like 4 or something months before I went independent. I would have died.
Oh
Really?
my God.
Yeah. Oh, I would have died. Seriously.
Yeah.
I can't believe
So
that.
I was
Well,
just
I mean,
kind of went along with that. I was like, okay, well, my face is already out.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
so chill.
Just like,
that's
fuck it, really.
I would have lost my shit. I would have been burning houses down and things. Oh
Were
my
you
God.
already kind of thinking like, oh yeah, fuck it, I'll be like face out soon anyway?
No,
and it
not
kinda
at
happened?
all. I was like,
Oh,
I
and
was
she's like, oh, it's there.
I was like a camera shy person before, and I was like, I do not want to show my face. I want to be private.
How recent was this?
A few years ago,
Yeah,
maybe
right.
like 3 years. Yeah.
Oh my
Did
God.
you like when it happened? Were you like, guys, what the fuck? You're just like, oh,
I was like,
shit
nah,
happens.
okay, it's done.
You are so
Yeah.
chill. That's amazing.
She's like, it's one of the main reasons I love her is she's just
Yeah.
so chill and down to earth. She's very grounding to be around.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
that's
just
awesome.
like, okay,
That's really cool.
it's done now. Like, I'm not gonna lose my shit, really.
Yeah.
Like, so
I would have lost. I
There
would have
you go.
lost my
Yeah.
shit. Oh my God.
So you're just like one mistake away from being face out, really.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Damn.
It's a bit scary sometimes because you do have to be careful because it's so natural just to like exist and not think about
Yeah.
blurring or like if it's well done enough or whatever.
Yeah.
Have you still been recognized though? Like, even though you blur
No.
your face?
But no one's doing
So I did actually. So when I was face in, I did get a message from. So I didn't have the number saved in my phone, so I don't know who it is. But someone did pick up that it was me. So I don't know who it was because like I got a text or a call, and they said like my real name, and this was when I was blurred. And I was like, how do people know? And I was like, it must be some guy that I've slept with, and he's like, oh, I know those titties.
Honestly,
I've seen them tits before.
I get recognized on my body. I don't get recognized on my face.
Yeah, well,
Because obviously that's what I'm showing, but-
I didn't have my face on. And I was like, it must be the tits.
Yeah,
And I
maybe.
even had my tattoos, like hidden. And I was like, oh, how do they know? So guys are just, they're just really.
That's incredible. Like, because I feel like even if you're face out, there's probably so many people that probably see your face and be like, that kind of looks like someone I know, but I doubt it's her, right? But to
Yeah.
be blurred and then someone be like,
And especially
that's-
when you got brown hair. So like we both have. So like Elle and I both have brown hair, right? Which is like it's not like it's like pink.
yeah,
Or
it's
something
super
like that.
obvious or some shit.
Because
Yeah.
like I've
very
seen a few
natural.
girls who are face in, but they like I think I'd be able to tell who they are if I met them in person.
I
Like
think-
they have like really like noticeable characteristics, and
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, why even bother? But like we just look like. Girls, regular girls,
Just
I think.
regular girls.
just regular
Yeah.
girls, brown
Yeah.
hair,
Yeah.
Nothing
Our
sus
hairs
happening
kind of
here.
look the same. Honestly.
So with your TikToks, did you have your face in the TikToks or no?
No.
How did you go? What was the viral clip?
My
that you-
ass.
You just put your ass out on
really?
TikTok.
Yeah.
Guys do love
Like,
us.
It was
Yeah.
like BTS from like a photo shoot of just like with my face turned away.
Yeah.
And I think that got like 2 or 3 million views.
Damn.
That's a lot.
Yeah. And then
Crazy.
there
So
was another one that was like just really stupid. And I think that one got another like 3 million views.
Crazy.
there was a couple, but like that was a very short stint because I don't like TikTok. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
Don't understand.
I'm the same.
Yeah.
So if you stopped using it now, or you just like don't post
yeah.
it? Okay.
I know that people are addicted, but I just can't get into it. It doesn't really catch my attention.
Damn.
Can I just say, you're so hot. So for everybody listening / watching who can't see her face, it's a hot face. So I can vouch for that because I'm looking at it right now.
think everyone
Have you
here-
ever like been tempted to go face out?
No, because
Is that like
my family don't
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I, like,
that was me, but they know now, obviously.
yeah, they just
But
think
you know,
that
I was actually face out for ages, and they still didn't know. But they obviously eventually knew.
they just think I have mysterious sources of income. I like
Yeah,
that.
I was
They're
actually
sus,
just
What's your
but,
like-
fake job?
hospitality.
That makes sense because you would work random hours.
yeah.
So
So
sometimes morning, sometimes late at night.
yeah. I used to work at Crown, so I just said that I still work at Crown and I get good tips and
Very good
I'm
tips.
good with my money and I know how to invest and they just take it at face value, I think.
Do you think they believe you, or do they think like, fuck, there's something sus here, but I don't want to ask because I
I
don't
don't
want
think
to know?
parents know. Mine didn't know for ages. Like, I just think parents just think so good of their children.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, my child
sorry.
would never do that.
I have to say, she does look very innocent. Okay?
I do. I have a baby face.
Yeah.
I have clients that have been like, can you show me your ID? Not for your info, but like, are you actually over 18?
Oh, I've had
Yeah.
that happen to me too. And like, I don't even look young. I've had clients be like, there's no way you look.
How old do you think I am?
Well, now
20?
you said that, like
I
you do
know.
look like 19, but now that you said that, I know you're
would
like
have said
23
like
or
19,
something.
20.
Yeah, I just turned 24.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you,
You look
yeah.
heaps younger though.
Yeah.
Baby face.
Baby
And
You
face.
look young too.
Yeah.
Yeah, both of you. But even
Asian
the way you
genes.
speak.
Yeah, so true.
True.
We had a friend who's she's retired now, but we assumed that she was 25 because that was her ads and she said she was. And yeah, as she's retired, she's like, oh, I don't know how to tell you guys, but I'm actually like mid-30s.
Stop.
And we're like,
You could
no
never
way. We're like, we
tell.
would never have known
Yeah.
in a million years. I was like, yeah, she's 25.
Yeah. You could do that forever, I reckon.
I
you
hope
could just
so.
be like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm 20. Yeah.
How old are you?
Uh,
Do you say?
26.
Okay, 26.
Oh, while
so
we're
true.
doing this, I'm 27.
Yeah.
Depends on the day.
Oh, 25? Perfect. Cool.
I
Sounds
was
great.
25 on the ads for a while.
Yeah.
I do have my real age on the ads. Oh, actually, so I just turned 29 in
cool.
real life, but I think my ads still say 28. But like, I just turned 29, so I haven't got the update yet. But
I feel like all
almost
the
my age.
hottest girls in the industry around the age of like 30, like they're absolutely killing
So
it.
so I've always been truthful. So my ads have always been mostly truthful.
Yeah.
I think I was 25 for a couple of years and then I eventually changed it. But yeah, so a lot of girls tell me like 30s is like when they're peak business.
That's like prime, apparently.
Yeah. I've heard the same thing. They make the most amount of money in their 30s. So I'm like, yeah, fuck this. I'm going to be capitalizing on this.
Good
Put
to
my
go.
age up.
Fuck
I know, and then
yeah.
I was like to my friend, I was like, should I pretend to be older? And she's like, I don't think you look older.
You won't get away with
I don't
it.
think so. There's no one believing you're 40. You know?
Yeah, good luck.
Which is so wild because when I first got into the industry, everyone told me to like profit off of pretending to be 18.
Yeah.
Me too.
And I didn't.
Me too. That's
As
why.
in, it didn't go well for you pretending
Yeah,
to be
like
18?
it didn't. It just got me like a couple of really creepy guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That happens.
Yeah.
But
That's the
they
thing,
weren't
yeah.
like big spenders. They weren't
Yes.
like loyal. They just wanted to fucking 18-year-old
Well, it's like the
and be
novelty,
done with
isn't
it.
it?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, so I think
18.
when I started at my agency, I think they had, so I was 25 when I started, and I think they put my age to like 22 or something like that. And it was lots of young guys that didn't spend big money
Yeah.
most of the time.
Did you
Yeah.
get older clients?
So, I mean, look,
No.
there were some outliers, but it was predominantly like younger
Yeah.
clients.
I
I would say,
have
but they were
to-
like not the big, like not the
Yeah.
ideal clients. Well, not for me anyway. I wanted like, the rich old ones.
No,
I
I,
was taking like weekends away. That was my target.
I have the opposite experience. Like when I was pretending to be young, I got super old guys.
Really?
Yeah, really
Oh.
old guys. Now that I've just put 24 in my ads and I get guys, most of my clients I would say are like late 20s to 40,
Okay.
I think,
All right,
which
yeah.
is a nice little
Yeah,
age range.
that's
But
good.
Yeah.
I've never had since like not pretending to be 18, I haven't had a person that's over
What's
55.
your oldest client that you've had? Both of you.
75.
Oh my God, me too.
Yeah.
I think
I
most
like
girls will
older
say
guys.
70. They must be.
Yeah.
So every girl that I've asked in the industry, like what your oldest client is, everyone says 75. And I'm like, is it when you after 75, there's like, oh, that's
Just drop off
I'm
a cliff.
too old.
Yeah.
I'm too old for escorts now because like I've only ever heard 75 as the max age for a client, and I'm like, what happens at 75 when you turn 76? It's like, oh. Gotta stop seeing escorts
unless these
now.
guys are like 84 and they're like, maybe I should just say I'm 75.
This is true.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
You reckon?
That's like the
Maybe-
most
maybe
acceptable
Maybe it's in a
age.
few older.
Yeah,
I don't
they
know.
must because I've never heard of a girl having a client over the age of 75. What, you have you?
No, probably latest is like mid 60s.
Oh,
I
yeah.
haven't had super old.
I
So
like
Maya,
older
you
guys.
said you prefer the older
I
clients.
love
Or
older
like
guys.
how old is
yeah.
old?
Yeah.
I don't know. I like men in their like 40s, 50s.
Oh, no, yeah,
like,
me too.
I love dads.
Yeah.
Dads
no,
are
oh
hot.
Oh my God, dads are the
Yeah.
best.
Me too.
Oh, why are dads the best?
Yeah.
Why,
Dilf.
why are dads the best?
Oh, they just have, especially if they have a daughter, they're just they're just a bit more in tune and caring. And I just
100%.
find
It's the same as if they have a wife. Like someone asked me
Yes.
before,
I
they're
love
like,
married men.
oh, what do you think of the married clients? I'm like, married men make the best
They
clients
do.
because they're used to living with women.
And they smell
get it.
nice, they
know
well
how to
groomed.
listen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And usually the wife teaches them what to do in the bedroom.
Yes.
Alright.
Like, yeah.
Yes.
Yes, hopefully.
Well,
Yeah.
sometimes
Sometimes.
not.
Some outliers.
Generally, they know what to do because I mean they practice.
Yeah.
more than
Yeah.
a
And they
single
have
guy might
proof
practice.
of practice
Yeah.
with their
Yeah.
kids.
Most of the
Yeah,
time.
they've done it before at least once.
Exactly, they've done it before. They
Yeah.
know how to do this. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
And as you said, they're like a little bit more caring, and probably they're more worried about like social reputation. Whereas like
Yeah.
a younger guy might be a little bit more rude or
Yeah. I think,
uncalibrated.
well, I
whereas
find older guys
yeah.
more respectful,
Yeah,
more
exactly.
empathetic,
Yeah.
like very
Yeah.
caring.
Definitely.
yeah,
Yeah.
cool,
Yeah,
nice.
love the older ones.
Like,
There you go. Perfect. And how do you find when you guys do bookings together, what's the difference between doing that solo? Like obviously you prefer
Oh,
the
it's such more of a vibe. Like we
Yeah.
just bounce off each other. And
Yeah.
it's so fun.
Like, I can't really explain because I guess
Yeah.
one-on-one you're a bit more like intimate with someone and you're kind of trying to get to know them a bit better. But when you already know someone that you're with, you can kind of tackle that together and just like I don't know. It's really interesting.
Yeah, couples bookings I find are usually or duos or couples bookings. So where there's like two girls, they generally are more fun.
Yeah.
Because when two girls are together, it's like, oh, hee hee. It's so
Yeah.
much fun. Like,
Yeah.
It's like playful sort of thing.
yeah,
Does the guy ever
definitely.
feel, all right, I'm going to ask this. Does the guy ever feel like left out? Do you guys ever get caught up and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, fuck, there's a guy here.
Sometimes.
Especially if they
yeah.
if they need a break or something and we just keep going.
We
'cause-
just crack on. Yeah.
But they're usually happy just to
Oh,
keep
no,
on
yeah,
watching.
they love watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've had
love to
guys that are
watch.
just like, yeah, that was my only shot. Like, you girls just have fun. We're like, okay.
You know what's been like really eye opening for me as well doing this business is like sometimes like if I'm like in a session with a client, even if it's just like me and him, and like he might he might want to break, might get a bit tired, or maybe he's like gone soft or something, and I'll like do a little bit of a show for him, and I'll just like spread my legs and like play with myself, and they get so like captivated. They're like, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They love it.
Oh,
Yeah.
they do
God,
love
that's
it.
magnificent. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
Have you
really? They do. They love it. I've really learned that guys just love staring into vaginas.
No, I was
They're
going to
very
say, have
sexual.
you had
into
a
it.
client that's literally just stared
Yeah,
into your
oh,
vagina?
I've had that happen too.
Like with an
Like they're
eye.
looking, like they're
I don't
walking into like the
know.
Louvre, and they're like,
mesmerized,
no,
captivated.
it's like they sometimes they'll like even like talk about it as if they're like describing like the Mona Lisa. I'm like, oh my god, wow.
They've just
Yeah.
been hypnotized.
No,
They are.
Yeah, there you
Have
go.
you ever? Surely you've had a
I've
vagina.
never been hypnotized, no.
Really?
I've
Oh,
never
you know
stared
what?
into one.
Really?
Wow.
No, I don't
Surely.
know. I don't
No,
believe
I-
that.
No.
You
What I
know,
have had, what I have had is every threesome I've ever had with girls, they always get along like crazy. It's the most
That's
hilarious
awesome.
thing.
this
Like,
is what I was saying. It's
every
like
time.
it's like fun girl time.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god, yay!
like,
Yeah, so
these
much
girls
fun.
never met. Then they come into
That
the
was-
bedroom like, oh my god, they're
That
like
was
getting.
us. So
Yeah.
you asked us before how
Yeah.
we was it? Did you
Yeah,
ask us how
yeah.
we met?
Yeah.
Oh my god, honey, do you want to tell the story?
You, I don't want to say the girl's
You wanna
name.
take it away?
You and the other person, best friends
So
after that. Like, I don't know how
she
many
ended up
best
being
friends.
so this is so if everyone listening, so her work name is Olivia, and we were
Okay,
doubles
yeah.
partners for ages.
Oh, there you go.
So
yeah.
we got along that good. So so Mark and I met at it was like a planned foursome. So I was actually seeing one of Mark's friends. This is from like the 5th time we've told this story this season.
You know what we should do? Record it, just put it on play. How'd you guys
I
meet?
know. put it in like the so I was like seeing one of Mark's friends, and then Olivia was seeing Mark, and the boys organized a little foursome. I'd never met Mark, I'd never met Olivia, and then we met each other, and then Olivia and I ended up becoming like besties after that.
So you had a foursome.
You had two guys.
No, we actually didn't.
Oh, you didn't.
No, we didn't. But we were meant to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
But anyway, yeah.
she's so
That would have been fun
disappointed.
though.
That's it. Everyone
really
comes on and he's
disappointed.
like, "Oh, yeah, so you two
So
are married.
upset.
This is your house. Well, you guys have such a beautiful home." And
Yeah, welcome to my home.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. I get like my dream is to have a foursome or a threesome with two men, and I've never been able to get two men.
It's
willing.
tough, right? Yeah.
well, it's tough to. So it's not tough to find two men. It's tough to find two men that you like and trust and
Yes.
that get along with each other.
Yes,
Yeah.
I did have a client and his friend, and like every time I saw this client, his friend would there, and he'd book another girl, and like we'd be having sex in the same room, but it never eventuated to foursome territory because of whatever
didn't,
reason.
yeah.
But like they would have been happy with it, but it was more like I didn't know the other girl and all that.
So I almost had a foursome the other night. And so I'm
Hello.
really
Exciting.
I don't know about this.
No, I know you haven't because this
Tell
is new.
me.
This only just happened last
Oof.
week. So I got booked by. So it was like technically like a party booking. So it was a couple, and they were with their like friend, right, a guy friend, and and then they called and they were like, oh hey, yeah, you know, and like the girl and guy were like talking. They were like, oh hey, yeah, I think it was after. I want to say it was after Melbourne Cup or around Melbourne Cup. They'd been partying from, and they're like, oh hey, like you know, we're at afters, and you know our friend is here and he's by himself. Like, do you want to like come? You know, we'll just play some pool or like whatever, we can all hang out and like, you know, if you get along,
Yep.
then you just get along. But like it's awkward because he's just sitting here by himself.
It's hilarious. If someone hired like a wingman, it's like, hey, can you please come deal with
So
this?
the boyfriend booked me for his friend.
That's
That's
so nice.
awesome.
No, it was
Yeah.
That was our first booking
and they were
tour.
both good-looking guys.
Yeah.
They were both good-looking guys, and it was. I think they wanted to have a foursome, but then the I think they'd been partying like all day, and I don't do partying, right? So, but this is kind of how it eventuated is. It was meant to be a foursome, and then the boyfriend got started getting a bit like, oh, actually, I don't want anybody touching my girl.
Yeah.
And then it didn't happen, but I was looking forward to it. I was like, and they were both hot. The girl was hot. We were getting, we got along like a house.
Every time.
She ended up pulling me into a room for a bit and like, oh, I'm sick of the boys. Let's just have some girl time.
So good. Like that. Oh my god.
This is okay. Every guy sitting at home is like threesome. It's such a good fantasy. It's amazing. No, you sit there, okay, and the girls chat for like 20 minutes and become best friends. You need to deal with the 20 minutes of best friend time, and then you get into the fun.
But that makes
every
it
single
better,
time.
you know,
Yeah.
like some more
It's-
intimate.
Yeah. I think like setting up the threesome, as we've kind of spoken about, or a foursome, it is about like the chemistry between everyone.
Yes.
Because you don't want a situation where the guys get competitive, right? You don't want a situation where the girls get jealous. I mean, all the guys.
Yeah.
If you have any of that tension there, it ruins the whole vibe.
Yeah,
Like
so
you
that's
need
what
everyone
happens.
kind of relaxed and getting along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it takes a certain personality to be like open to it, and
Especially guys.
yeah, especially guys.
Yeah. I've only ever had one. I've actually only ever had one like threesome with two guys, and it was like for content, and like they were friends. We were all friends, and
Yeah.
we had all worked with each other
Yeah.
before.
Nice, yeah.
So it was like that was good, but like it's like rare to like kind of get in those situations. Like outside of that, I was like, oh, I don't know like who else I would do. It would have to be like two creators that I was like friends with, kind of like same as that. And it was, oh my god, it was so much fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know. I mean, like I was like messaging them. I'm like, when are we doing this again? Yeah. I was like, I was like, I want to do that again.
Was this in America or no? Am I thinking of the wrong people?
No, so that was like a half-assed threesome. I don't even really count that.
Didn't count.
It didn't count, yeah. But no, this was here. I was in the Gold Coast, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Damn. All
love
right,
that.
you'll get there soon.
Yeah.
No, dream about three. You know, so the porn that I watch, I usually watch like threesome porn.
No.
I think it's just because I want that. And gangbangs, I love me a gangbang.
That's hot too.
No.
I
Yeah.
So I don't know if I would love it, but I feel like I would.
Yeah, I think you would.
Yeah.
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 You guys are agreeing very much there. You're like, yes, definitely.
Yeah. I think.
Yep.
I feel like every girl secretly has like a little gangbang fantasy.
Yeah, I think so.
Because I had a gangbang fantasy even before I was a sex worker. I had like a threesome gangbang fantasy.
Same.
Well, yeah, it's so funny. Like with, Alex. So my business partner is like, back in the day when we used to go out a lot. Yeah, when we'd bring a girl over, we're pretty open. So it's like, oh, if you want my like best mate to come and enjoy, and like it's totally cool. And at first, girls are always like, no, that's not me. Like I wouldn't really. And then like as soon as they kind of see that we're not judging, like it's like, no, honestly, it's cool. It'll be fun, right? They're
Yeah.
like, okay, yeah, I'd really.
Oh my god.
Because I think a lot of guys.
So shy. I've never done this before. Bring him in.
Yes.
Bring him in. Get on your knees.
I
Because-
think like being able to provide a safe space for girls to do that is like well done.
Yeah. Well, so that's the issue. That's why probably most girls like wouldn't do these threesomes.
Yeah.
Even me, like that's why it's only happened like one time. Like I could obviously have it happen more times.
Oh, yeah.
I get asked like in bookings all the time, like, oh hey, yeah, we've got like 3 guys here, and I'm like, oh no, no. I don't know who you are. I think I would only do a group booking at work if it was like a regular client that I had like known for a while.
Yeah.
And if I had like maybe met one of his friends or something like out, then maybe. But at work, it's because like you don't know. It's like I don't want to rock up to a house with like 3 guys and like not know who they are. Yeah, exactly. It is scary.
Yeah, definitely.
And so how many couples bookings do you guys do? Like, are you mostly working solo and then have like couple stuff on the side?
Less since I've moved to Sydney.
Yeah,
but
she's moved now.
Oh,
So we don't do it that often,
Yeah.
but if we're like in the same city, then we try and do it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there, have you put out another tweet? Have you found someone else in Sydney to do?
No, not really. I've been
Okay.
traveling, like most of my work this year has been international. So I haven't really worked that much in
Where
Sydney.
have you been?
I've been to Singapore, like I'm going to Singapore tomorrow night, but
Oh, Jesus.
Oh wow! Well, thanks for stopping by on your way.
I think 5 times this year, and then
Is that for like a fly me to you?
yeah, mostly.
Oh, wow.
And then I went to the I had to fly me to the Maldives earlier this year, which was really cool. And then from there, I was supposed to go back to Singapore, but then I changed my flight last minute and went to London for 4 weeks instead.
Oh, shit.
Oh, love that for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, everyone listening, I told you, hot, very hot.
Thank you.
You can't see it, but very hot.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. I like traveling, but when I get home, I like just kind of recuperating.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I'm on that. Like, I just got back from Fiji, and I'm just like, I
don't know how you're doing it.
I don't know. I'm at the point now. Someone like asked me this morning, they're like, oh, so what fun stuff do you have on in the next few months? I'm like, hopefully fucking nothing.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I just want to hibernate. I just want to spend time with my personal trainer, who I also keep bringing up this season, my really hot personal trainer.
Who's this personal trainer?
So I actually start with him officially next week, but like we've kind of like had some communication that like, yes, I've like picked him because he's like really hot.
Of course.
He's just I mean, without giving out too much, he's just this personal trainer in my gym, but he's real sexy. So I'm just gonna like be seeing him like 3 times a week for the next like few months, and
I'm
I'm
excited
gonna
to
be
see how
hibernating,
this
and I'm just gonna be
goes.
spending more time with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna be taking up all of my time.
The progress you make when you have a crush is elite. Like,
Well, this was our
it'll be
question.
motivation to work
Motivation.
harder because I'm gonna be
Yeah.
like, I need to be hot so that he takes me and like, you know, takes me to Pound Town. Like, you know, just like,
You already
away with me.
are.
yeah.
Because this was our question a few
not
weeks
that
ago,
hot.
which was if it's a hot personal trainer, is Kat going to be like spending the whole time flirting with him and never working out? Or is it going to be like,
Probably.
I'm going to impress him and work out all the time?
Yeah,
So
it's the
ladder.
second one.
the
second
ladder,
one.
The
yeah.
ladder, that's
Yeah.
what
It
I
sounds
would
like
do.
you've had a hot personal trainer before.
Oh, yeah.
See, look at me.
You've
Mark's
been
like,
on
oh,
Instagram for ages trying to find one, and
Mark's
it's just
oh
like,
yeah, you should be reading the credentials. I'm like,
No.
what the fuck for?
She's like, yeah, they gave me a brochure. And she's like, I already knew. She's like, the hot
no,
one.
yeah, it was the hot one.
Yeah.
I just threw the brochure back at them. I was like, it's the hot one.
right,
Whatever
so-
his name is, the one that's hot.
You were just
that's
like,
the
that one. Done.
Yeah.
yeah.
So fill us in. What happened with your PT? Any
Do
story?
you still see him?
No. I
And
mean,
have you fucked?
no, unfortunately.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
They always
Yeah,
end
see.
up, like, I
Rip.
tend to crush on guys without knowing, then they end up being like long-term relationship men.
Yeah, so this is my
Married
fear. What
Yeah.
if this PT actually like has a wife and
You can
kids
just
or something?
ask though, can you?
Oh, no,
That's a
that's
good
the
point.
first question
That's so
that I'll be
smart. Yes. You
The
could
first
ask.
session we
Yes.
had. And I'm like, oh yeah, whether's okay, so wife and kids.
She immediately changed PTs.
Yeah.
She's like, ah, fuck.
Oh, I'm like, you know what's actually not working out.
Yeah, no.
Sorry.
Do you have any
Yeah.
hot friends that are single that
Yeah.
do PTs?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's the second hottest PT at this gym?
Exactly. All right, we'll see. I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah.
This is like Married at First Sight, except like, I don't know, PT at first sight. We'll see.
I know. Well, I was disappointed lately. There was a guy that the guy that wrapped my car. I just got
Yeah.
my car wrapped pink. To
Have
people
you guys
listening, I don't
seen
know
this
if you've
car,
seen
by
it.
the
It's
way?
so
No, what kind of
good.
car is
Yeah.
it?
yeah, yeah,
It's a big Barbie car.
And the guy that wrapped it.
What
It's
car
pink.
is it? I
It's
don't
like
know.
Mercedes. It's like really pink.
Oh my god.
Show a photo later.
Yeah.
And the guy that did it, I thought he was like real sexy, and I'd been posting him on my stories for ages, being like, yeah, he's real sexy, this, that. And then I was finding out he had a wife and kids, and I was like, oh god, that just ruins the. Like, I don't even know I need to find a new car wrap, guys. That just took away the whole fantasy then.
Damn.
I know.
All right. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
get
Hopefully
your
the
car wrapped
PT
again.
goes well.
I know, it's
though.
no fun.
Exactly, yeah.
It's no fun when they're married with kids. Like,
No.
yeah.
We're all going to follow along. Although you do like the Married with Kids. So how's
I mean, yeah.
your dating life then? Do you just look for the Married with Kids guys, or how does it work?
No comment.
No, fair enough. All right, it's a secret. It's a secret.
It's a secret.
But honestly, like, how do you guys find like dating in the sex industry? It must be like difficult. would
I've
you
had
say, or-
long-term relationships.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's doable as well.
You just need to find, like what we were saying about threesomes, right? It's like trying to find the guy that is, I guess, like open and
Yeah, 100%. Like some people are open.
Yeah.
But most of the time I prefer being single, I think. Yeah.
no, fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the same. Like I've never been in a long-term relationship by choice. Just even
Just happened.
pre-sex work, I just wanted to live life, live my 20s. My mom got married really young and she was like, if you get into a long-term relationship before you're 25, I'm going to slap you.
Well, you're
actually think
almost
that's
at
good
25,
advice.
so you're almost
I'm
allowed
almost
to.
I'm almost on the market.
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah, I think that's actually great advice. I think too many, I was going to say kids, but I think like too many younger people just jump into a relationship. It's like
Yeah.
the first person they meet, you have some chemistry, and it's like, I guess society tells us we should be in a relationship now.
Yeah.
And you don't have a chance to actually just sit back and think, okay, I need to experience things with different people. I need to figure out what I like. I
100%.
need to, and then, it never ends up well, right?
No.
You're always in these toxic
You
fucking
need to have
relationships,
fun.
so.
Yeah,
and you need to have your
a bit
hoe
of fun
phase.
because
Oh, that's
Yes.
exactly
You
right.
You need to see
Yes.
what you like out there.
Yes.
And just
Yeah.
try everything.
Because I don't know if you guys have experienced this, but I've had a fair share of clients come to me, and the reason why they see escorts is because they have only had their one girl. That's the only girl that they've been together since like high school, university. Their lives are so intertwined, they can't escape. They realize they don't actually have long-term chemistry. And so the only way for them to kind of deal with that is to see escorts, and they just say they wish they had more fun when they were younger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see that, especially I see that as well, and like it breaks my heart when it's like they've only had that one girl,
Yeah.
and they like 50 and then they get divorced, and it's like I don't even know what the fuck, I don't even know how to walk
Yeah.
outside without my
Yeah.
wife, like, and then
Damn.
so and that breaks my heart because like imagine being like, I mean I don't want to say like being old and like being divorced because I'm sure we have like some of those listening, but like it's not that's like it's hard, like I can imagine like how hard that would be to like even like me, so like I had my longest relationship was 3 years, and that was like 18 or like 19 to like 21 or something like that. And even when we broke up, it was like, oh my God, what do I do now? Like, how do I navigate my life without my boyfriend there? Like, imagine being like decades.
Oh yeah.
And like, yeah, I know. And like, and never having another girlfriend. And then all of a sudden you're like single, and it's like, I'm single for the first time in my whole life, and I'm like 55 or something. Like, oh my God, I couldn't imagine. That'd be so hard.
18 to early 20s is like massive transformative time as well. That's
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I see that a lot with clients because I mean, I guess like their first thing is probably like, oh, well, I don't know what to do, so I'll just see an escort. I mean,
Yeah.
fine by me.
Oh yeah.
My diary's wide open. Yeah. If that's you and you're listening, then KATIJA.com.
And I think it's really tough. Oh, I would think it's really tough just never knowing. Like, say you are in a
That's
relationship,
me.
and even if you are
Unknown.
enjoying it, it's
Yeah.
like, what am I comparing this to?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
enjoying it, but I feel like there's always that question
Especially
of,
when you watch porn too. It's like, so it's like, it's not like you don't know what's out there.
yeah, explain that to me. What do you mean?
Well, because like let's just say like you're having very vanilla sex, and then you go and watch porn, and it's very
okay.
crazy sex, and you're not having that.
Yeah, and you're like,
and you could be.
Yeah.
because I feel like me now, like once you kind of experience everything, it softens and dampens it. Like you don't look to it to be like, I wonder what this amazing. It's like, oh, I've experienced that. I know it. Whereas if you've never experienced it, I think you're always like guessing and wondering. Is like my thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I find that with guys with threesomes too. Like, not like threesomes are fun, but there's a lot of guys that have it built up in their heads for a really long time, and then it happens, and they realize that one, they can't keep up, and two, again, the girls usually take over at some point.
I think they get overwhelmed.
Yeah, they get really overwhelmed.
Yeah, I've had that happen to me with like a few like duos with other girls where they're like, oh yes, my first threesome with 2 girls, and it's like
They've only got one dick.
and they get overwhelmed. It's like overstimulated.
Yeah, I think what guys are going to realize is it's just fun and it's novel and it's cool, but just don't expect it to be like the most pleasurable experience in the world or something. Like, honestly, I
It's more fun.
oftentimes prefer
Yeah.
just one-on-one sex, but the threesome or group sex can be like really fun.
Yeah.
It's like,
It's not for the pleasure,
it's
it's
a
for
group
the fun.
activity. Yeah,
It's
like,
for the fans.
it's like good
It's like a
vibes,
little
yeah.
party,
Yeah, it's a
honestly.
party.
Yeah, it is.
right?
It is
Yeah.
like a little party.
It's party, yeah,
Yeah.
100%. So it's but you're right, like it's just built up in guys' heads. And I think that even goes with not even like threesomes, but other types of sex, or even like the type of girl. Like I have students
Oh my
sometimes
God.
where it's like, oh my God, if I just found a girl this beautiful, blah, blah, blah. And then they'll start seeing that and they're like, oh, like, I don't know, like we don't really get along that well.
No.
And I'm like, yeah, exactly. Like looks, for example, is just that one part of it, and it's not everything. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I like challenging people that say that they have a type, because I'm like, you can think you have a type, but once you meet someone, you have chemistry with them. Like I sometimes get requests for duos with someone that looks like me, and I was like, I can do that, but I have someone that I have really good chemistry with, and guaranteed we're going to have more fun.
Yeah.
And then it kind of like opens their worldview a little bit.
So, you know, I've actually noticed that. So my duos partner, who she's retired now, that's why we're not duos partners anymore, we looked very similar.
Yeah.
And we didn't really post that much together. So like it was just kind of advertised that we do duos. And we got a lot of bookings because we were the same height, you know, had the same kind of build, and same like, you know, boob size. Like, you know, everything was really similar in like how we looked, right? Both very European. And then she ended up retiring. But then I realized, and then so I was like, oh, like I don't really, like I need to find a duos partner that like looks like me now. But then what I ended up realizing is like from doing this podcast as well, and even just from like hanging out with other friends in the industry, is I started getting a duos request with girls that I had on the podcast, and they were like, oh, like you guys have just had so much banter, like I want to be a part of that. Or like, you know, you and this girl like hang out together all the time, and I see you having so much fun, like I want to join in with that fun. So then I was like, oh, okay, so I guess it doesn't really matter what if we do the whole twin thing, because I started getting people being like, almost every single girl I get on the podcast, I'll probably end up getting duos requests with both of you now that you've been on the podcast. Every single girl I get on the show, I end up getting message after being like, yep, her. I want her. Please organize her, please.
That's so cool.
But you guys do like, it feels like you guys have been best friends forever. Like honestly, you guys
We're
seem
not
really.
thinking about it. It's only been 2.5 years.
Oh yeah, maybe not that long.
So it's not been like ages, but it's been like, I mean, I feel like if you've had sex with someone like multiple times, like
True,
you
yeah,
probably
it does
do
build
know.
some chemistry.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
True.
We
Yeah.
made content together.
Yeah, we made content together.
Oh, so I know you do OnlyFans. So
Yeah.
Elle, you do OnlyFans too?
I used to do it on a larger scale, but I've just started doing it back just as a smaller side thing.
Like not showing face?
Not showing face.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but just have some passive
Do you do
income
like
on the
ski
side.
mask or something? I know there's like, you know, the ski mask girl thing.
We were talking about the gangster
You know,
mask.
I envy her so much that she's managed to make like this big like following, and she like, I think she shows her face now, but she didn't for ages, and she literally just wore like a balaclava.
Yeah, that's
and
crazy.
I think she was, I actually can't remember, I think she was actually really hot. Do you know who I'm talking about?
What are you talking
about?
Ski mask girl. You do
No,
know?
I don't.
Oh, but I'm pretty sure
have to show me her
I think her
later.
name was Ski Mask Girl. Anyway, you can look her up. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure to anyone listening, I think, leave it in the comments if I'm wrong. I think her whole thing was Ski Mask Girl.
I think so,
And then she
yeah.
ended up doing like years later, like a big reveal, and I'm pretty sure she ended up being like super hot.
Oh damn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just have to check her out.
So what do you use to cover your face?
I either just like strategic cutting
Okay.
of like
Yeah.
clips where I'm not facing the camera, or like a little side profile.
Lots of
I don't
arse.
mind. Yeah, lots of arse, honestly. Or you can get like a AI facial blurring thing that kind of tracks your face while you're moving around in video. It's really annoying. It's not like perfect, but you have to kind of manually adjust it sometimes.
I thought you were about to say like AI, they put a different face on you. That's hilarious.
Yeah, there's probably like
a
ethical
smiley
problems
face.
there.
A little
so
emoji.
Yeah, so
blurring.
do that kind of stuff. But again, nothing on a large scale. I kind of like keeping it small and.
Yeah.
And what's the reason for that? You just prefer the
I prefer in person. Like I prefer to put all my energy into my dates in person, and like traveling and stuff. But
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm like, I like the in-person stuff much more.
Yeah,
than
yeah.
the online content.
I hate my screen time being so high.
Okay.
So I try and get off my phone as much as possible.
Is that because of the OnlyFans, or is that screen time as in you're like scrolling on?
Because of OnlyFans,
Yeah,
because it
okay.
is a massive time suck.
Yeah.
And just editing videos and
Yeah, it's a lot.
all of that. It's nice to be.
Like, you
in
love
real
your
life.
OnlyFans right
I
now. I've been
love
seeing
it.
you do
I
so
love
much. I've been
it.
seeing
Stop.
all your
So
little.
much.
I've been
Like-
seeing all your reels, like all your
Yeah.
little slutty OnlyFans reels. Yeah, to everyone listening, go check out the Instagram. You see her little like cute little
Yeah.
What are your,
enjoy
tell us
it.
about your reels. What are these little reels
I just
you're
have a
going
like bunch of girlfriends. We just make reels together, which are like fun. So we do little dances
Oh,
and
lots of
like.
like titties and
Yeah,
things.
just-
You know,
Alright.
got to get the
Yeah.
subscriber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who do you pick? Or like,
Oh, okay.
who's your girlfriend? Like, yeah.
All right, so you
And
prefer the more content creation side
Well,
of
I
things?
had a break actually from in person for like most of this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I was predominantly doing online because I was just
Okay.
like full service for so long.
All right.
And I was like, why don't I just try it online and have a break? So
Yeah.
that was really nice. And then I've picked up in person more now towards the end of the year.
Okay.
But yeah, it was nice to have a change, and I found it more interactive. Like,
And you get to meet people.
that was the main thing, because I found like being an independent escort, I found it like kind of isolating sometimes. So I got to meet and like connect and create content, and I really liked that.
So that's the thing that I
Yeah.
like the best about OnlyFans is getting to meet people and actually collaborate with
it's
people.
so fun.
Yeah. That's my main like the so I don't know if I would have started it if it weren't for like that. If I was like just doing solo, I don't think I would do that. But it's
Yeah.
like the camaraderie.
Yeah.
Especially when and like being an independent escort, unless you're like actively going out of your way to like talk to people on the socials, or you're doing duos or something, or you're at an agency. A lot of the time I hear from people like it is very isolating if you're not like doing that stuff. So yeah, the OnlyFans definitely helps with that, because it's like, hey, you want to be friends? Yeah. Let's hang out, but also fuck.
Yeah.
Hang out.
Yeah.
So you have a good crew then in Melbourne.
Yeah, I
For-
met a lot of awesome people actually. I've been really lucky.
Yeah,
There's a
that's
lot of
cool.
really cool creators in Australia, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what's funny? She
What?
you used to tell me, you were like, oh, I'm such a technophobe.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. They were technology, so I don't even know.
Oh, she's
Yeah,
like same.
absolutely killing it on like Instagram and Twitter and
Nice.
everything.
Oh no,
so-
same. I'm like that
I don't know how to do
person that's like
anything.
staring at my phone, like doing the one finger, like clicking. I'm just
That's me too.
Well,
yeah.
it seems like you figured it out now, though,
No,
right?
kind of,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's-
She's
Like,
got a
yeah.
hang of it.
she's killing it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely killing it.
Oh, awesome. Nice.
I've been telling Mark for years that he should start an OnlyFans. He keeps saying, "Yeah, escort for cuddlers," and I'm like, just do an OnlyFans.
Would
Yeah,
you be
the
open?
escort was cuddlers was only like 2 weeks ago when I was inspired by, I forget who was on the show. She was like, I went into it and I was like, yeah, I could do that. But apparently no one thinks I can, so fuck you all.
Everyone went quiet again.
Yeah.
Silence? No.
I think there are like top creators that are just solo men that, again, you'd
Oh,
have...
but for gay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got too much on my plate already. I don't think I can add in OnlyFans onto that.
It is a lot of
You,
time.
you guys are way more busy than anyone would ever imagine when it comes to OnlyFans. Like,
I know.
guys
We
think like,
you
oh,
talk
they
to
just,
them all on
they
this
just-
couch, and then Mark's like, "Wow, so much
This
stuff."
is too much work. Yeah, I'm just gonna stick to cuddling. It's honestly, like guys think, oh, OnlyFans, that's so easy. These girls just like put up a video and then they're done for the week. It's like, nah, there's so much marketing behind that. There's the technology stuff
the
you got to figure
technology
out.
stuff.
Yeah.
Collabs with everyone. Like there's so much behind the scene. Like there's no, I have no
Getting
time for that
tested every
whatsoever.
3 days.
Yeah, no.
You probably would have thought about it if we didn't keep bringing people on. That's like, oh my god, so much work.
Yeah, if you guys told me it's really easy, this is amazing. Yeah, I would have maybe, but it's like no chance. now. You guys make
Give
it
it a
sound
go. Why not?
too much going on. But yeah, maybe do a cuddle OnlyFans.
And it's just watching you spoon
Just
people.
solo, just me cuddling a pillow.
Just you sleeping, cuddling a pillow.
Just a sleeping OnlyFans. Yeah, watch me sleep. That's creepy. Anyway,
Yeah,
Don't kink shame.
yeah.
if you want to watch me sleep, sign up. Right?
I think
Feel
there is
one
like,
person.
aren't there like Twitch streamers that just sleep?
Yes.
Yeah.
there's
Well, there's
some weird
crazy
shit on
ones
Twitch.
that like,
Yeah.
I don't know, they do wild stuff on there. I don't really
I
watch
don't
them.
know.
Yeah,
Twitch.
I know that there are
Stream.
sleepers.
Yeah,
that
there's
just
like
sleep.
sleepers.
Yeah.
I saw this guy, he like confined himself in a room for a week and
Oh,
like,
no,
like no sunlight, no nothing. And then people had to tip for him to like eat or drink. Like they're so wild.
Oh no, I could
Yeah,
never.
it was on Twitter. It was
These people
crazy.
are crazy. Because I remember the first ever time someone did really well. There's something, it was like Ludwig was his name. And he did that. He did like a stream where it went for like a week. And it was just him like on the fucking
full
computer
on.
and just like sleeping and shit.
Yeah.
And it went really well. And so I think ever since then, people are like, oh, if I just like
What, I can get
deprive
paid for
myself of
sleeping?
food.
Yeah.
I can, yeah, it's crazy. It's
I
wild.
just do Survivor in my own house.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh God.
Yeah. I actually would love to hear your favorite experience doing like doubles.
Oh yeah, that was
Yeah.
It was so good.
It was so good.
Oh,
Oh, my
tell
God.
us. I assume you're thinking of the same time.
Oh, wait, are we thinking the same one? Michael? Oh, no, don't add that in
You
there.
guys are
Same.
fucking twins. We'll cut
I mean,
out the
it's
name.
it was
Yeah.
a really, it's a huge booking.
It was massive.
Yeah. So basically we had a,
Does this guy have a huge dick? Is that what you're implying? It was such a
it's-
big booking.
It is, no.
Oh.
It is so wholesome. You won't believe it.
Oh, damn.
So
Yeah.
there was this girl that's very new to the industry in Melbourne.
She's a baby.
She's a baby. We love
Yeah.
her. And she had this client that was terminal with prostate cancer.
Oh, damn. Okay.
And so obviously I live in Sydney. So I was just planning to come to Melbourne anyway. And then I got this like inquiry for this guy for 24 hours with this other provider in Melbourne. And then it just kind of
And
spiraled.
did you know her at that point? Or?
No, no.
Okay,
But I was like, yeah, I'm game. You know, he sent me his information and everything. And I was like, yeah, like 24 hours, that sounds great. And then he extended it to like, oh, let's do 48 hours. And then he extended it to, oh, let's do 3 days. So we had this 3-day booking. And it
was a doubles?
It was just going to be me and this other girl.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, are you like 3 days? That's such a fucking big commitment. Are you sitting there, like, do you do more screening at that point? Like, fuck, what if I like really don't like this?
No, because he told me his story and I
so you already kind of chatted and okay, cool.
And I understood the gravity of the situation because he didn't have much time left.
Yeah.
So yeah, we were just going to happen in this hotel. I had my own room. She chose to stay in the same room as him, and yeah, he was just like, what do you want to do? Like, you know, we'll do all this naughty stuff. And he sent me like almost like $2,000 worth of gift cards for like sex toys just to like use all of them. And like he wanted to do filming. He wanted to do like absolutely he wanted everything to be on the menu.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, like, well, let's go to a strip club or like do something else. And then he was like, oh, should we do like a foursome? And then I was just like, yes, Maya.
I know the perfect
I'm
person.
just the person. So we had Maya come every night for the 3 days to like
spend the night together. It was amazing.
Yeah. So there was we would go out to like dinner together and then we would go back to the room. And the second night we didn't end up back in the room because everyone was too tired. But it was still like such a lovely night together.
He was such a gentleman. He really spoiled us like for you guys, like the whole 3 days and the evenings I was there. So,
That's awesome.
And then, the final day, again, it was just, nice dinner and we really bonded. And this other girl as well. We just really bonded together because it was like, oh, we're all in this. And it just felt like this man had he was a nurse. So he wasn't like this ultra wealthy guy or anything like that. He was just spending the last of his super. Yeah. And he spent it all on his family and like barely anything for himself. So those 3 days were truly like just for him. And he actually he ended up like his family were really worried about him because he just went off the radar for 3 days.
What do you want to?
It was like, you're okay? Like, do you need like help? Like
he's like, I'm having the best time.
He was just like he said that he sent a text to his brothers being like, okay, this is a situation. Do not text me anymore. And his brother just sent him like a
thumbs up.
He's like, he's all got it. So that was really wholesome. Bless him.
Yeah.
Honestly.
That's really cool.
Yeah, that was
one
really
of the best
cool.
dates ever, I think.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We got really close. I was like sad when we had to say goodbye.
I was going to say, was that kind of sad at the end?
It was a bit emotional.
Yeah. I mean, we had a bit of a cry afterwards.
Yeah. I was crying.
It's tough.
sad. And then just knowing this beautiful person's going to pass. And I was just like,
and like that's the last time you're ever going to see him.
And he was so young too. He was only like in his 40s.
Oh, stop. Damn.
Yeah.
At least he got to experience everything in life.
Those 3 days, we gave him everything.
Sell everything and hire a bunch of hookers. I love it.
Yes.
Legit, like stereotypical man's dying wish.
It's like it's Scent of a Woman. Have you seen that movie?
No.
It's a similar premise. It's like a guy.
Maybe I need to watch it. But that was really cool to be a part of someone's life like that.
We'll never
that's so
forget
wholesome, actually.
That was very, very wholesome.
Yeah.
We did very naughty things, but it was very wholesome.
This is like the most wholesome you can get in sex work. basically.
We had like the strap-ons and the anal beads and like all the vibrators, all the toys, all the toys.
See, that's what people don't understand about our industry. It's like we fulfill dying wishes sometimes. Seriously.
Quite literally.
Quite literally. Yeah.
I've had to like another client that had prostate cancer, but he was on the recovery and but his dick didn't really work anymore. But he had like medications, like he had to inject himself before. And I was the first person that it worked with. And just seeing him so happy that he had that connection with his own body back after like such a surviving cancer and not being able to enjoy sex anymore, and then to finally be able to be like, oh my God, this is a possibility again. That was really special.
Yeah, we share special moments
cool.
with people sometimes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I've had one a similar thing of cancer. But it was like terminal. And he's like, I just want to have fun in my last like days. And I was like, yes, absolutely.
beautiful.
Typical strippers and coke and escorts and everything. Like, I actually asked him, I was like, do you want drugs or something? He's like, I'm on enough.
He's like, morphine and stuff. He's like, I don't need none of
feel
that
it's an
pussy
everything.
shit.
Like, I was
That's
like, okay,
hilarious.
so that's cool.
Drinks,
Yeah, he's covered.
Yeah, he's covered.
Because we've had people on before talking about like they've done NDIS work and stuff. So people with like disabilities and things like that are bedridden. And yeah, it's kind of, you kind of forget about those people in society that just need that element of like sexuality and just don't have any access to it. And this is a really safe, easy way for them to have access to it.
Definitely.
I've never thought about the dying wish. That's sick.
Yeah.
That'd be, yeah, cool to be a part
Would you
of.
do the same? if
I'd
you were
cuddle
in
him.
that-
Yeah.
yeah.
I'd go and cuddle him,
Yeah.
and yeah,
That's so cute.
that'll be my niche. Okay,
Yeah.
dying wishes, cuddling. Yeah, that'll be my thing.
I
but-
love that.
That's
Just
really
a
cool.
massive cuddle puddle.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I
love
think I
it.
need to put on weight. I think
You're not
that's the
pudgy
thing.
enough?
I was
Yeah.
going to say you need to.
I think I saw the look you gave.
Yeah.
She was like, "Listen, you're too thin." All right. Yeah, I saw it. I saw it. I felt the judgment. Okay.
Yeah, he's right.
Listen.
I was thinking exactly
Yeah,
that.
it's
I was
true.
like,
Yeah.
you need a bit of to
I
give
do.
you.
I need some of the cuddle.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Need
I was
some
gonna
cushion.
I was gonna wear a fat suit actually as well. Yeah, yeah. Do you know how some escorts like they wear a wig and do the? I was gonna do the
Yeah.
fat suit. Yeah, I was gonna. Yeah, I think they're cuddling. It's less about the feel and more about the chat in the ear at the same time. You know?
You don't want to
Shut
cuddle.
the fuck up, guys. All right, shut up.
Let him live
I'll be
his
like,
dream.
I'll be like, hey, it's a nice cuddle. Yeah, usually it's gonna settle down. All right, it's
Yeah.
gonna work.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't appreciate your negativity. All right? Listen.
Well, let us know how that goes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. But that's cool. I like
Yeah.
it.
Anyways,
Yeah.
thanks for coming on, guys.
Yeah,
Thank you
appreciate
for
it.
having us.
It's been a treat.
Where can we find you?
Ooh, on
where are you-
Instagram, advertising, website. Yeah.
What's your
What's your website?
Oh, yeah. myfaye.com. Yeah.
Myfaye.com?
Yeah, we'll put that in the description.
Mine is just ellemaran.com.
Ellemarand.com. Oh, yeah, we'll put it down in the description if you guys want to check them out. Jump on there.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
Thank you for
Thanks for
having
coming
us.
on. Appreciate it. All right.
Thank you.